Who is the image of the beast? That's how it's questioned. Who is the image of the beast?
So the question is, who is the image of the beast? Okay.
Not what is the image of the beast.
Okay. Typically when we talk about the image of the beast, we're not talking about an individual. Of course, the beast power does represent an organization or an entity. An image of the beast would be, Revelation chapter 13 talks about two beast powers. The first, rising up from the sea, would represent the papal power. The second, rising from the earth, would represent the United States. A time comes when the United States makes an image to the first beast. If you go back into the history of the papal power, we find the papacy gaining power in civil affairs or in secular government to the point where the papacy used civil authority to enforce a particular form of worship. So when the United States forms an image to the first beast, or the papacy, you will find a similar thing where religious institutions within the United States looks to the civil authorities to enforce a particular type of worship which contradicts one or more of God's 10 commandments. So we can see the stage being set to that. It hasn't reached its fullness yet, but we can see the handwriting on the wall, so to speak. Certain movements taking place even in the United States, eroding some of our fundamental freedoms. And as we see an increase of natural disasters, increase of diseases, and hopefully not, but a new pandemic, who knows, people will feel as though unless Christianity is being pushed or legislated, America will be lost. And this will open up the door to those laws that eventually will come.
Don, you wanted to say something?
Yeah, it's interesting that really the 10 Commandments themselves are kind of under attack, you might say. They're never going to be, you can't really break the 10 Commandments, you just get broken. But some people think they can change them. And when you look at them, 5 of the 10 Commandments have to do actually with marriage. They understand marriage as being between a man and a woman. So, thou shalt not commit adultery, honor thy father and thy mother, visiting the iniquities of the fathers upon the children, 3rd and 4th generation. And then, of course, the key one is the Sabbath commandment, which says, for the reason for the Sabbath in the Exodus version is given as Genesis, is where marriage was defined. And when you look at all these movements with various laws or suggested laws, they're directly opposite the 10 Commandments. And they essentially form, you might say, the contours of this direct attack on God's law. And already the Sabbath commandment is in play in that. And so that image to the beast ultimately is going to be, in opposition to God's 10 Commandment law, specifically relating to creation and the Sabbath, but already you can see the contours, and it's actually quite, on one sense, you might say scary, but it's also exciting because you know that God is in control.
Amen. Thank you very much, Pastor.